Hello there, you're watching our television. This is State of Business. I am Pumwitha Katukampala. Our top stories. We will soon open the closed foreign embassies, the government assures. The 90th encounter of Raigam Telescope appreciate the telecreations announced. Welcome back, you're watching State of Business. Now let's have a detailed look at today's stories. Foreign Affairs Minister Ali Sabri assures that most of the foreign missions in several countries which had to be closed during the corona period will be resumed soon. He gave this assurance delivering the reply speech at the debate on the expenditure heads of Ministry of Foreign Affairs day before yesterday.
ඇතම් තානාපති කාර්යාල කොන්සුල කාර්ය වසා දැමීම බරපතල ප්‍රශ්නයක් නිර්මාණය වෙලා තියෙනවා. උදාහරණයක් තමයි සයිප්‍රසය. එතන 20000ක් ඉන්නවා ශ්‍රී ලාංකිකයන් සයිප්‍රසයේ. එතන යුරෝපියන් කන්ට්‍රියක් විදියට යාළ ලොකු ප්‍රශ්න ගණනාවක් නිර්මාණය වෙලා තියෙනවා කොන්සුල කාර්යාලයක් නැතිවීම තුල. ඒක නිසා ඒ වගේ තැන්වල මම හිතන්නේ ගරු ඇමැතුමනේ හැකි ඉක්මනින් එවැනි තත්ත්වයන් නිර්මාණය වෙච්ච ප්‍රශ්න නිර්මාණය වෙච්ච තැන් සම්බන්ධව නැවත තානාපති කාර්යාල හෝ කොන්සුල කාර්යාල විවෘත කරලා මොකද මේ විදේශ විනිමය සහ ඒ අයට බලපාන තැන් වලට විශේෂ මැදිහත් වීමක් වෙන්න කියන කාරණාව ඉදිරිපත් කරනවා.
ගරු නියෝජක කතානායකතුමනි ස්තුති කරු මන්ත්‍රීතුමනි අපි එකඟ වෙනවා විශේෂයෙන්ම ෆ්‍රැන්ක්ෆර්ට් සිඩ්නි ඔස්ලෝ ඉරාක් සයිප්‍රස් සහ නයිජීරියා කියන මිෂන් 6ක් අපි වහලා තියෙන්නේ ගිය අවුරුද්දේදී ඒක කරේ වෙනම කමිටුවක් පත් කරලා හිටපු ගරු විදේශ කටයුතු අමාත්‍ය ජී.එල්. පීරිස් මැතිතුමා කමිටුවක් පත් කරලා තමයි මේ මං ඉන්නේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා කරපු දේවල්. නමුත් අපි සාකච්ඡා කරා ලේකම්තුමියත් එක්ක ගිහිල්ලා ගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමත් එක්ක මේකෙන් 4ක් ආය ආරම්භ කිරීම සඳහා ලබන අවුරුද්දෙම වැඩ කටයුතු පටන් ගන්නයි කියලා මම කියලා තියෙනවා. මම ඉතාමත්ම වැදගත්. ඇමරිකානු ඩොලර් මිලියන 50ක් විදේශ සේවාවට ආයෝජනය කරන්න බැරි නම් දෙයක් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්න බෑ. ගරු මන්ත්‍රීතුමනි කොහොමද අපි විදේශ සේවාවක් කරන්නේ? ඒ හින්දා මේ ඒ ප්‍රමාණයේ ආයෝජනයක් තියෙන්නට ඕන. අපොසේ හැරලා බලනකොට 7.2 බිලියන් රෙමිටන්ස් එනවා නම් for touristලා මෙච්චර ප්‍රමාණයක් එනවා නම් consular service එකක් දෙනවා නම් ඒ ආයෝජනය මිලියන 50ක්වත් ආයෝජනය කරන්නට බැරි නම් ඇමරිකන් ඩොලර් වලින් අපිට මේ විදේශ සේවය පවත්වාගෙන යන්නට බෑ.
Meanwhile, the SAB parliamentarian Dr. Harsh De Silva told the Parliament that for the first time, even the UNHRC has asked for the accountability for the economic crimes taken place in the country. Speaking at the Foreign Ministry's budget debate in the Parliament this Monday, SAB parliamentarian requested the government to pay more attention to the issue.
I want to touch on the report of the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights on the situation of human rights in Sri Lanka for a minute. The report reflected the prior reported concerns, but this time, Mr. Chairman, the Council specifically focused on the demand for accountability for economic crimes and echoed in recent peaceful protests. This being the first time that the phenomenon of economic crimes has been reported, failure to take immediate action to address them would certainly lead to allegations of a new culture of impunity for economic crimes too. This would negatively impact on EU, GSP Plus as well as assistance from IMF, creditors and investors. Since the government asserts that any international accountability mechanism on Sri Lanka would be contrary to the provisions of the Constitution, it would be the interest of Sri Lanka to begin to address economic crimes as alleged using our own laws and domestic mechanisms that are independent and outcome oriented. But instead, what is happening on the ground, Mr. Chairman? Those who committed these heinous economic crimes that tripled poverty in Sri Lanka, that made almost 10 million people, according to the University of Peradeniya, unable to survive without assistance, are being protected. It is inconceivable that the President has not even spoken about establishing a mechanism to investigate and act against those who committed these crimes.
The chairman of the Committee on Public Finance, Dr. Harsh De Silva, also questioned as to why the government so far have failed to implement the electronic document attestation service. The parliamentarian De Silva, who is also an economist by profession, said that he would be personally available to serve on the matter.
Does the ministry even bother about serving the public at all? When was the last time the ministry even personally visited the consular division? The consular division, which was elevated to a state-of-the-art division to serve the public with wait time to obtain services being reduced to less than 10 minutes, Mr. Chairman, from an average of 5 hours, has been destroyed under the leadership of those who ran the ministry from November 19. The tales of woe and corruption that has been documented all over the recent past. How it takes the entire day, sometimes days, to get an appointment. How these appointments are quote-unquote sold at the entrance. What happened? I find it impossible to understand why you are unable to use the electronic document attestation service EDAS and its well-trained staff to provide a decent service to the public. In February 2017, we launched EDAS. In 2017, more than 500,000 documents were electronically authenticated, and the overall saved time for the public was approximately more than 2 million hours. This was a remarkable achievement in history of Sri Lankan e-governance. The next year, we won 4 awards. Among them were Public Sector Most Outstanding ICT Award, Gold Award in the Government and Public Sector category at the National Best Quality ICT Awards, Asia Pacific ICT Alliance Award for Best E-Governance Performance in Sri Lanka. Please fix this, Honourable Sir. It is a disgrace. If you want, I'll be happy to help.
See you soon with more stories after this short commercial break. Welcome back. You're watching State of Business. Now, Samagijana Balawege MP Rauf Hakim says that the government must look into the enacting of the proposed stolen assets recovery law soon. Joining in the budget debate on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs day before yesterday, SLMC leader Hakim said that the concept paper for the purpose has already been finalized.
On the issue of, now if we are going to look at these economic crimes, because it has been linked to human rights and for very good reasons, it is there, so we must show that we must be proactive and try and display to the international community that we mean business. And how are we going to bring the stolen assets recovery law? I am told that President's Counsel Sarak Jamana and His Lordship Yasanta Kodagoda has prepared concept paper regarding this. Non-conviction based asset recovery suggestion has been made through a new piece of legislation that is to be introduced if at all the government is willing to do so. So it is important for us to try and be proactive and show the international community that we mean business, that we are prepared to try and comply with these requirements, so that this is what has finally landed us in these problems. So without resorting to megaphone diplomacy to escape from the strictures that have been placed on us, let us come clean about our conduct and the treatment that we afford to our own citizens in this country in maintaining human rights and humanitarian law.
Meanwhile, the Raigam Tele Secretariat yesterday announced that the business conglomerate, the Raigam Group of companies, will hold the 19th encounter of Raigam Teles to appreciate the telecreations telecast during the calendar year 2022. At present, Raigam Teles has become the most prominent television festival in Sri Lanka, with a record of conducting such an event consecutively for 18 years. The highest quality standards maintained in the judging process, innovative presentation and broad coverage through almost all the television channels and social media are the success factors of the festival. Raigam Teles has pioneered in introducing many features to the industry, including announcement of nominations at a grand function prior to the main event. While the awards winners are benefited with cash awards, all the nominees are benefited with a valuable insurance car and testimonials. An independent non-commercial body under the name Raigam Tele Secretariat has been established for conducting the event under the guidance of an eminent panel of artists and academics. Applications and the entries for Raigam Tele 2022 will be accepted up to the 15th of January next year. Nominations will also be declared at a function on the 24th February, and the final award ceremony will take place on the 25th of March in Colombo.
Today we are inaugurating 19th award ceremony of Raigam Teles. Conducting, organizing and screening a Tele Award ceremony in 19 times, it's a task. Of course, it's a challenge. Now we feel that we have won it by way of doing it methodically with a very transparent judging process and with very neat and glamorous organization. This time, we come out with a team of Let's Revive, Yali Bibidemo. Sri Lanka economy, as everyone is aware, that in the latter part of the 2019, we were hit with a fungus. We recorded the economic growth rate. Everyone predicted Sri Lanka would become a miracle of Asia after the 30 years old civil war, once that is over. But it took a U-turn. More than everything, more than everyone, the industry of television and the cinema been affected very badly. And what we need is the country will, we hope so, we are always optimistic and positive, the country will get up off its own feet. But whilst the country will get up within next 6 or maybe 1 year's time, the television industry and the cinema industry also should get up. Because with the continuous power cuts about 3-4 hours a day, especially hit and had a tremendous effect on the television industry. We will now declare around 130 nominations on the 24th of February 2023 in Watersedge. And just after 1 month, we will hold our main ceremony, that's Tele Award ceremony in Shangri-La Hotel in 25th March 2023.
Stay tuned, we'll be back with the stock update. Welcome back, here watching State of Business, and now the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today. The All Share Price Index gained 276.02 points to close at 8,651.23, and the S&P 20 gained 89.78 points to close at 2,730.08. The turnover was 3.3 billion rupees, and over 281 million shares were traded. Coming up next are Forex rates. Well, that's a wrap from today's edition of State of Business. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.